Today, I'm going to be having a very real and raw conversation with you, a little peek behind the scenes of my transformation. So let's get on to the show. You're listening to Be in Demand, the podcast for honest advice, inspiring stories, and ideas for growing your business by leveraging the expert that you are. I'm your host, Laurie-Ann, business mentor, and I'm also a reformed painfully shy girl, red wine lover, and exercise enthusiast. Join me as I share how being positioned as the expert in your industry, even if it's a busy one, will help you stand out and be the one in demand to hire and work with. So this is an episode that I have been wanting to record for a while now. It's been on the list of things that I just wanted to share with you, my audience. So here we go. Pull up a chair and maybe even jot down a few notes, because I hope that by me sharing my story, that you'll see yourself in my story. I've been in the self-development industry for a very long time now, not just as a coach offering self-development, professional development to my clients, but also for myself. You know, one of the first books that I ever got, which just happened to be, and this was when I was in healthcare, a patient who just randomly said, based on whatever he and I were talking about, he said, "You probably would love the book, The Magic of Thinking Big." First personal development book I ever got. I still have the original copy that's sitting on my bookshelf because that book changed my life. It just opened up a whole new industry. I never knew that personal development existed. But the truth of the matter is, as much as I've been in the personal development, I've struggled for years. That's the honest truth. And I can say that I've struggled because I'm looking back now. And, like hindsight is always 20/20. But I also believe I'm a human being. And I'm here to learn my lessons. So I'm constantly learning my lessons. So I'm at a point in my transformation, and I'll talk about this a little bit more, where I'm not knocking myself down anymore. I don't know if you can relate to that if you beat yourself up, but this was something that I did as a habit, literally a habit, beating myself up. So I'm no longer beating myself up. So that's why I can look back and say, oh, hey, everything that has happened since I got into this personal development, everything that's happened has happened for me and not to me. So that's another one of my new beliefs. But again, I'm just on this path. I've decided not to sit on the sidelines, but to keep moving forward. And where I am today, looking back, I just have real clarity. I have, I've got, if you will, glasses that I can actually see and can see where I got hung up in the past and how I've gotten to where I am here today. One of the biggest lessons that I have learned is that I genuinely thought that I could buy transformation. Let me go to the bookstore. Let me go buy another book. What's the latest one? Let me listen to this new podcast. Listen to an audio program, hire coach after coach after coach. I literally thought that I could buy transformation. Years ago, I had a boyfriend, and I had gone to Barnes & Noble, and I had a new book, and I remember him saying to me so clearly, it's either the book or me. He was like, you just buy so many books, and needless to say, he did not make the cut. But I was constantly looking for that missing link, the key, the magic key that would just unlock everything. I just wanted somebody to tell me, here's the book that you need to read, or the list of books that you need to read. I would do it, or was there can I just write a check for this? Believe it or not, looking back, this is what I see that my actions were. And I've learned, and it's sort of like a little bit of a running joke in the circle that I'm in, but transformation doesn't come from Amazon Prime. Nope, you cannot Amazon Prime your transformation. It can't be bought. You actually have to take action. There's a saying in the Bible, I can't remember where it is off the top of my head, but it's one that I do love. You can ask for what you want, But you also have to basically move your feet. You need to take action. Good transformation takes longer than 2 days like Amazon Prime. It took you time to get to where you are. It took me all of these years to get to where I was. It's not going to transform overnight. It wasn't going to transform by reading that one book. I actually had to do something about it. If you take weight loss, one of the things that I tell my clients who want to lose weight, this is more back in the days when I was doing more life coaching, but you can't just wake up one day and the 30 pounds that you put on is going to magically disappear. It took time to put that weight on. It's going to take time to take that weight off. If it actually was that easy of just saying, hey, let me read the book and boom, I'm down 30 pounds. Trust me, everybody would do this. Everybody would be talking about, here's the magic book that you just have to read. And the next day, you'll be down 30 pounds or 40 pounds, whatever it is that you want. If you go back to the episode where I talked about, how training for a marathon is very similar to growing a business. And I've done several half marathons, but I didn't just start off running 13.1 miles. The first day I went out there, probably because I had, been working out. So I was in some sort of condition, not running condition. I went out and ran, and it started at maybe 2 miles. And then I upped it to 3 miles and then 4 miles. So that one day I actually got to 13.1 miles to be able to run that half marathon. But the truth is, I didn't know what I didn't know. And I needed to know certain information, in order to make that real transformation. On the outside, I appeared like this confident, happy, healthy, life is perfect for me woman. That was literally the image that I gave people. Knowing that deep inside, I was still trying to figure it out. I was still looking for that magic key, something that would just change everything, whether it was the book, the podcast, the coach. But also what was going on the inside was I didn't really like the person that I saw in the mirror. I didn't talk to myself nicely. I gave myself a shit sandwich daily, thinking that that was actually going to help me do the thing, build the business, build the email list, get out there and do a live, start my podcast sooner. I fed myself a shit sandwich on the daily, which would then lead to numbing behavior at night. And actually, some of my numbing behavior didn't just happen at night, but my numbing behavior kind of looked like busy work, procrastination, food that wasn't healthy for me, certainly food that that wasn't good to fuel my body, alcohol, exercise, all of when I use the word numbing behavior, it was things to avoid thinking, things to avoid actually reality, actually to realize what I was doing, where I was in my life was not a reflection of where I wanted it to be. But my actions kept me stuck, if you will. And I don't know if you can relate to any of this, beating yourself up emotionally, in your head. I know a lot of my private clients actually they do talk to themselves negatively, and that's something that we do work on because it's so foundational. And you've probably heard me talk about it in a couple of episodes ago, but being able to talk to yourself nicely and encourage yourself, almost talk to yourself like you would talk to your best friend, because believe it or not, you should be your own best friend. So I literally felt like I was on this struggle bus. And when I say struggle bus, I had this assigned seat. It was actually indented from me sitting there for so long. I just didn't know how to get off the bus. I just thought that one day, everything would just magically change, not realizing that what I needed was the right mentor. And last fall, I enrolled in this training by Jim Fortin, who is now one of my mentors. And I signed up for this free training that he had, it's called the Be, Do, Have program. And this program is so damn good. And as a matter of fact, I just want to give you the link so that you can learn more about the Be Do Have, put the dates on your calendar. It is, just go to speakandstandout.com/Be Do Have, and that link is also down below. This program is so darn good, and I can't believe it's free, actually. But because of this program, I finally understood what Be Do Have really, really meant. It's one thing to understand something, but it's another thing to really know it. Like I understood, okay, yeah, be, do, have. I gotta be the person to do the things so that I can have the things that I want in my life. Think about that. You can understand that, but there's a difference between understanding it and really knowing it. And this training by Jim Fortin, I actually understood and then started to know what he meant by be, do, have. Think about all the different goals that you might have set at the beginning of the year. Or maybe you just got tired of setting goals at the beginning of the year, setting resolutions. Whatever your goals are, whatever it is that you want in your life. Whether that's a profitable business that actually is making an impact and creating expansion in other people's lives. Whether that's you want a better relationship for your children, you want your children to have a better life. Maybe you came from a very poor background. Maybe you just want a better marriage. You just want this fulfilling, like the two of you to really connect. And how do you get that marriage or have that relationship with your children or have that profitable business? You have to be that person who is doing those things so that you can have exactly what you want. You can have all of your desires. During that training, I learned so much about myself. I saw myself through a different lens, through different eyes, and really understood, okay, here's what I need to do in order to have like some of these things, like to have the profitable business, to have the great relationship, etc. But one of the things that I did notice was, what do you want? Like, what does that have? And that was a little bit of a roadblock for me. And I think the reason why it was a roadblock was because I was afraid to put it out there. I was afraid to actually say what I wanted, even if I was just to put it on paper. What do you want? Oh my, I was just like, I didn't know because I was so out of touch with my heart, with my soul. And that's when I realized that I had just been going through the motions of change, going through the motions, making it look good. That is all until I took Jim's Be Do Have. And he does have another program that is on the other side of the Be Do Have. And I did take that program, and it just changed me at a core level. But I want to encourage you to definitely check out and sign up for this free training. It will be unlike any free training you have ever done before. If you've ever done a challenge, this is completely different. And there are so many people that will be rooting you on and helping you. So again, that link to learn more about Jim Fortin's Be Do Have program is at speakandstandout.com/Be Do Have. Your transformation happens from within. My transformation happened from within when I finally went inward instead of looking externally to me. And you'll understand, or you'll really begin to know what I mean by that once you go through the Be Do Have program. Again, it's a free training that's open to everybody. Please, my gift to you, please go sign up. Give yourself the gift. My gift to you is telling you about it, and your gift to yourself is for you to sign up for that as well. Again, that's speakandstandout.com/Be Do Have. That information is down below. I hope that you've enjoyed this episode. I would love, and I love it when my listeners DM me. We can have a lovely conversation over in DMs, over in Instagram. My Instagram handle is Laurie-Ann.Mirabito. And again, that information is down below as well. Until next week, speak and stand out. Thanks for hanging out with me. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode. And join me over in my private Facebook group for more tips, community, and free trainings. You'll find the link in the show notes. You can also help this podcast reach more listeners by leaving a review. And as a thank you, each month I pick one of my reviewers to win a free coaching call with me. So if you haven't done so already, please leave a review and you could be the next winner.